This will be the open invitation to anyone who would actually wish to compete with me. I really don't mind. I just really want to pick out any random sentence with no premeditation and no hard work that have been actually conducted ahead of time, and to make sure to actually get this thoroughly understood by the people who might be skeptical of my ability. This is really a real life improvised condition with no preparation, no transcription. I just really wanted to demonstrate that. And one thing you need to understand is this is not my opinion. I can actually speak fluently with no preparation at all. But this is really an interpretation and translation. If you had a doubt about it, go check out CNN if someone actually conducts a simultaneous interaction in the form of interpretation. I really don't mind. I'll just say anything. I really have no resistance for anything. I don't read.
Das neugotische Schloss auf dem weltbekannten Drachenfels ist
this is a worldwide most known palace in the actual famous heritage zone that's been the famous visit site for tourist attraction. Sabine und Joge von der Mühlen erhöhten eine ethische Schätzung begutachten lassen. Dabei handelte es sich eine Zigarette teuer, das 1970 hergestellt wurde. Sabine and Joge von Mühlen, together, they would like to have their very precious real treasure to be assessed by a expert, right? So they actually brought out this cigarette case, which was indeed crafted in 1917. Because I already had done that. This is really the problem. Because it's really unfair if I ever actually touched something that I had already done before. Because, I was somewhat perplexed because I already had done this before. I still remember that. So it wouldn't be affected by my own memory. And I believe that if I ever actually be proven for early relationship with the substance, then my credibility would be undermined. That's really the reason I decided to pick out a random one. I'm actually 100% committed to the transparency by never actually touching upon the substance that had been already opened. Unsealed product can never be prostitution. Bei Betrüger im herkömmlichen Sinne denkt jeder zunächst an Geld bzw. finanzielle Verluste. By fraud in a sincere scene, one actually thinks that there comes in another monetary loss coming from monetary spill-off, losing money. Und in allermeisten Fällen ist das auch richtig. In a majority of cases, this is really true. Aber es gibt tatsächlich noch eine perfidere und grausame Form von Betrüger. But there is indeed very seriously challenging and perfidious and ruthless form of a fraud. Nämlich Betrügen am Menschen, seiner Gefühle und seinen Ideen. That's typically to say, rip off someone's money by pretending to be in love with someone, by manipulating the feelings, as a gold digger who just, faked one's own favorable ideas for a person to sponge that person off in pursuit of monetary rendition. Bei der Loverboy-Masche geht es allerdings gar nicht mehr Betrüger im juristischen Sinne, sondern Menschenhandel und Zwangsprostitution. By the Loverboy case, there is no more. It's about fraud. According to the judicial scenes in the courtroom. Rather, this would be treated as a human trafficking and forced prostitution. Loverboys sind nicht etwas die sogenannte Toyboys beturtete Damen. Loverboys sind skrupellose Zuhälter und Menschenhandler, kriminelle Verbrecher. Loverboys are not so-called toy boys, looking for old women to please them in return of monetary reward. Loverboys are scrupulous manipulator and a mention trafficker that amounts to criminal perpetrators. By manipulating the situation as they inculcate this message in return of monetary compensation, and they actually pull wires behind the scene to make prostitution ring operate by manhandling these young kids who are naive enough to buy this notion because they have no one to turn to. As far as I understand, that lover boy is really a group of a prostitution ring. They would normally recruit, homeless youngsters who had no associations or affiliations. They're likely to be very vulnerable in our society. By pretending to actually love them, this ringleader probably used these youngsters to cheat on the relationship by faking one's love for a much older lady, by pretending to be a toy boy. Toy boy is really like Ashton Kutcher, who just somehow managed to marry a much older lady, right? What else can we say about it? I mean, this is really similar to a gold digger, because what they had on their mind is more like being paid by rich ladies who would actually sponsor them as a patronizing person. Yeah, patronize them using enough sufficient money that could actually be thrown to them. This is one way of making business, offering sexual relaxation or sexual gratification, and they would be awarded with the proper amount of money from their sponsors, right? What am I missing?